Jason Pegler here, owner of Chipmunka Publishing, and I'm here. This is another video just to talk to everyone about what else to expect in 2012 from the mental health publisher. That's us. Well, I'm really excited in 2012. I anticipate us growing our portfolio of authors, and what that means is, it's hard to say exactly, but we have about 100, we publish about up to 150 ebooks a year and about 100 in paperbacks, but every ebook becomes a paperback just because the ebooks come out first and we're still waiting for people to sign off their paperbacks. And at the moment it's about half and half, so about half of those people are, maybe that might be still 80 people, half of those people would be existing authors and then half would be new authors, probably around about half and half. So I anticipate having more and more people from certainly English speaking countries. Our most popular authors, most of our authors are in this order really: in the UK, then America, then Australia, New Zealand, in that kind of order, and then Canada, and then everywhere, all over the place really. So including India, Ethiopia, Taiwan, Spain, Ghana, Slovakia, Poland, Austria, all over the place, you know, lots and lots of places. So that's really exciting. And also we're looking at one or two potential fundraising applications. So I'm thinking possibly Time to Change You launching a really interesting program. I had a meeting with the head of Mind recently, Paul Farmer, about that, and he encouraged me to go for it. And looking at partners for particular applications, we're very fortunate to have Stephen Fry doing something for us, which is quite exciting. So look out for the website for that. So I'm really excited about that. I'm having conversations with one of my heroes as well, Paul McKenna, which is fantastic. Really excited about that. And also I've got to know pretty well recently Duke McKenzie, former world boxing champion, the only English boxer to have been world champion at 3 different weight categories. He is an amazing guy, really inspirational guy, and he's done wonders in his gym by helping a lot of people with mental illness go on a boxing program, and their mental health has gone through the roof over a 10-week program. So I'm very excited about working with Duke, and we're discussing possibilities together, and I'm just trying to help him a bit anyway, because I think, you know, he's just doing a great job really. So that's really exciting. I'm sure there'll be other partnerships as well. One thing I'm glad to see is that the fast track option for publishing is really popular. Most people are going for that and excited by that as well. So I see a consolidation of our portfolio as well, putting the ebooks into even more channels as well through Lightning Source, of course. So that's really exciting, and I can't wait to get our whole list onto Apple. That's something I'm going to have one person working on that for 4 months, a volunteer whose job is to finish off the rest of the Apple content, because the files are quite complicated to get in there, all of them, because they're all made in a different way and they need to be compliant for Lightning Source to give to Apple. So that's quite a big challenge. The seminars, I think I spoke about that in the last video. I'm really excited about the seminars and meeting more and more authors really. I did have gone for a funding application with the NHS about having a big free seminar that would fit into 300 over 300 people in a lovely seminar room in King's College in London. So I'll find out about that shortly. Actually went for that last. I think I wrote the application for that last September, or no, July, August, or something. And I thought, well, I'll assume I don't get it, and I'll do a seminar anyway. And I did one in last November, and it went really well. So keeping fingers crossed there. Might even go for another unlimited application later in the year, which I think I went for that like last July or something, and that was to looking at a way of growing the company, and there's potential possibilities maybe to franchise it so that there's other Chipmunka groups around the world, writing groups, but also mental health empowerment group. So it's like writing and catharsis and publishing as empowerment, but using the personal development model I've created to help you through writing and publishing as well. So see, it's been great publishing people over a long period of time, and I've had thousands and thousands of emails and phone calls, and met people face to face who've said that just reading a Can of Madness has helped them, and encouraged them to write their own book. And being published has given them so many things, instead of describing themselves as, you know, sort of a psychiatric patient or on benefits, or they're not doing anything with their lives. They can say, well, I'm a writer, I'm a published author, here's my book. So it gives people the self-confidence and belief, and opens a lot of doors as well, you see. And the doors are open, but it's up to you to walk through them. So what else in 2012? Well, at the moment I've got we send our emails out in two ways. So through Zencar, our shop system, and that's pretty good. I've been very frustrated with not being able to work out an unsubscribe system on that, so hence why I set up Infusionsoft recently, which has a good unsubscribe, but it's very complicated to set up and it's quite expensive. So it may be that we use another one like later, or we just keep with Infusionsoft. I'm not sure, but I'm open. I'm just, you know, learning as much as I can in that area and doing what I can. And I'll be continuing I've been doing a year's marketing program with NABO, and what I do is I attend. They've written a lot of copy for me. They help me write the free booklet, 16 Ways to Conquer Your Bipolar, which you can see on, I think it's overcomingbipolardisorder.org.uk is the domain. That's the lead page, so you can just go there to download it. And that is something that was really exciting, and I plan on writing more products. I think a lot of us will be writing home study courses this year, because I know there's at least a dozen authors who are writing them already, and half a dozen who they've started writing something new, and I've said, well, that could be a home study course as well, or instead of. So some exciting things there. And have the 3-day seminar on July 11, 12 and 13. That's in Canary Wharf. I'm really excited about that. So I think in 3 days we can get to a stage where we can build a lot of momentum in those 3 days to take action on really pushing ourselves, so that we are really confident with our positioning and marketing, and can take a strategy away and really implement it straight away, and, you know, have a series of must-dos. And of course there's always testing. Now with this marketing program I'm about halfway through it, so I've had a lot of I've been training in copywriting, so how to write copy in marketing and marketing processes, a lot of that, with studying all the world's greatest marketeers, like Jay, Pam, Ted Nicholas. It's just a wealth of information on it. It's amazing. And I have these once a month. I've been having meetings with other business owners, and what's really exciting about that is you get to learn about, and some of them are really big companies, pretty successful people. Some of them turn over millions, some, a bit smaller. But what's interesting about all of them is that you learn that the way they do their marketing can be relevant to the way that you do yours as well. So, and I think it's important that the better we are as marketing as a company, the more people we can help, the more people we can give a voice to, and the more effective the ambassadors that we have will be at reaching out to more people, because that's what it's about, really. For me, mental illness is on the increase every day. More and more people are being diagnosed. There is lots of problems in the world, of course, with poverty, war. There's a lot of things going on, and I think it's nice for people to be aware of that, but wanting to be able to do something about it. And if we can all look after our own mental health and that of other people, then feel that we can make the world a better place, and we can make just people that we come into contact with, if we can make their lives slightly better than they would have been in some way without them coming into contact with us, I think that's a good thing. I think that's a Christian thing, or a Buddhist thing, or whatever. I just think it's a humanitarian thing, and I think that we all like to do that if we can just stop for a moment and think, yes, I would like to do that. And a lot of that time it's being in the right headspace, it's being well organised. One thing I would like to bring in to more of the philosophy of Chipmunka really is how I feel it's and the portfolio even of titles is, a lot of guides to living with different mental illnesses, but also how important it is to exercise. I've been to the gym 6 times in the last 8 days, and I feel so happy and relaxed. And I've been doing like 45 minutes cardio, then quite a long time stretching, so like say half an hour stretching and then half an hour strengthening. And what's really good is it kind of, my whole body feels stronger and relaxed, and it makes me in a better mood for the day, especially when I do it early morning, if I'm exercising at 8 o'clock. And we can have more people writing about this kind of thing, physical fitness, nutrition, and eating healthily, having lots of vitamins, avoiding E numbers and things like this, staying hydrated, looking at motivation, looking at other role models, people who are successful in life, picking up on their ideas, what makes them successful, what makes them happy. And whatever we want to do in life, really, if we have an aim, a mission to do something, we need to study that particular interest. So I think this is really important for people with mental illness. So if you have a mental illness and you're told you have it for the rest of your life, what do you need to do to get better? Well, okay, you can study the mental illness have an understanding of it, but how happy is that going to make you? Perhaps you might be better spending at least half of the time, or even more of the time, studying the happiness per se. What makes people happy? What makes other people happy? And it's not the same thing for everyone. Quite a lot of the time it can be. If you're physically fit, if you're eating healthily, if you have more sunlight, if you sleep well, if you rest well, if you hang around with people who praise you rather than criticise you. A lot of it is common sense, but there's ways of studying happiness and find out what's right for you. Because some people prefer like sports. Some people prefer running, some people prefer going down to the gym, some people prefer football, and it's the same as well for relaxation. Some people prefer meditation, some people might prefer a massage, some people might prefer a walk in the country, and try and avoid watching the television 6 hours a day or 7 or 8 hours a day or whatever it is, and do something else. Also, watch the news less. I think that's one thing that helped me a lot. Watching the news every day, 2 or 3 times a day, even once a day, can have devastating effect on your mental health. And just try not watching the news for a week at all, and see how your mood is different a week later. It's an unbelievable difference it makes. It doesn't mean you can't pick your own news, because you can choose your own news that you want from Google, can't you, or from looking around and things like that. So I think that's really one important thing to take away. So, like I said, with Chipmunka, with Mental Health Publishing, what we're doing, CHIPMUNKA publishing.co.uk. What's really important is that we reach out to more people. So that means we publish new authors, we publish existing authors, help existing authors develop their writing and develop their potential. And we have new kinds of products that people have expressed interest in. So this is like MP3s, CDs, DVDs, home study courses, the 1-day seminars, a 3-day seminar, all these kinds of things, so that we can reach out to more people and connect with more people and find where people are at. One thing I'm really keen on developing is affiliates scheme, where you can promote Chipmunka products online and get up to 50% of the retail price of a high value product if you tell other people about it. Now, I can do that in Infusionsoft, but I'm not sure if I'm going to continue using it for that long. So there's other ways of doing it. Also, one thing I'm really researching and have been for a while, I'm not sure when I'm going to go live with it, is webinars as well. So even if so I'll do separate webinars possibly, or even when the seminars are being recorded, they can be a webinar as well. So people could watch in, if you're in a different country, you can still pick up on it and enjoy the event. So, also the idea of having a membership site, so like a very low monthly membership site for, I'm thinking even just £2 or £3, for certain information, and there may be different stepping stones depending on what content there is, and just offering great value really. So having full courses in there for the members on marketing, promotion, writing, mental health empowerment, looking after your health, motivation, a lot of personal development stuff, and developing skills as a writer or marketeer, or growing one's own brand, developing one niche, things like that. And what else in 2012? Well, there'll be a lot more videos. I think I'm really enjoying doing these videos, and people have replied saying that they like them as well. I'd like to see a lot of author videos, a lot more author videos. I think it's a great way of communicating with people, and more people are watching videos online now. There's more time being spent watching videos than there is clicking online, if that makes sense. So then there is searching and there is being on Facebook. So it's like video is just so popular on the internet now, and it will get even more so as it becomes easier to make your videos, edit them, which is really easy already. But also as people become more confident and want to get in touch with more people. So growing our Facebook and Twitter, of course, and LinkedIn is important to connect with as many people as we can. There's so many exciting opportunities, and I just thought of something now, a mental health question time. That might be interesting. Maybe someone's doing that already. I don't know. So I know they do things at the Institute of Psychiatry which question lots of things, but there could be lots of different angles that haven't been done. And feel free to comment on this video and say, tell me what you're doing this year. So just put the, don't think it allows you to put links in the videos, but you can say your name as an author, the books that you've written or the book that you've written, and what are you doing? What events are you doing? Are you doing something for Mental Health Day? Talk about your book launches, talk about your company that you've set up and what you're doing, your charity, your social enterprise that you're setting up. Talk about the project that you have with us. So if we've published you and your charity, tell me about that. Even if we're not publishing you, tell me about what you're doing in the world of mental health. How are you giving a voice to other people with mental illness or making a difference in some way? Because I'd be really interested to know, and I think it's good that we can have that conversation going. And if it's on YouTube and it's by video, then that's great. If it's just comment on a video, that's good. If it's in other ways, so quite happy for it to go on our Facebook, Chipmunka Publishing Facebook, that's CHIPMUNKA Publishing on Facebook. Even tweet it, and if we think it's relevant to the mental health debate, we'll retweet it. It's absolutely fine. Or say also what's inspiring you. What is it that inspires you every day? What helps you make a difference? How can you tell me about your vision of helping people with self-harm, or who've been abused, or who have bipolar or OCD or Asperger's syndrome or autism. Tell me your vision, your experience, and how you think that can help. And even put what you would like future videos to be about as well. Just say, what would you like other videos to be about? What would you like to know more of? So I'm quite open to talking. There's no script. I'm making this up as I go along, even though, when I started this video, I thought, okay, I just want to talk more about what's going to happen in 2012, and it's still really early. Okay, what is it today? It's the 2nd of February today. Not sure when I upload this, but it'll be very soon. And to me, I always love the first day of the month. I get a real buzz the first day of the month because I like organising my diary, and I kind of review the previous month the day before or the first day of the month. What I've achieved that month, what the really good things were, what could I do better. And one thing that we'll have soon that we haven't had on the website before is MP3s. We'll have MP3s, music, poetry, and things like that. but home study course broken down into MP3. So, and I think the first one is on the one-day seminar that we did in November. But there'll be more on the unlimited confidence, smashes for mental illness. And I'm open to ideas as well for more interested really on people who can talk about inspiration in mental health. So I think that's the key. I think if we're going to get to a position where anyone who goes into the psychiatric system is treated as a human being first and not as a patient that is seen to have a problem forever, then we're getting somewhere. And I think the way that will happen is by people who've more service users, so people who've had the experience leading the services, assuming that they've really have had a long-lasting recovery, for over a long period of time. Because there's some people who've, they've had a condition and they haven't relapsed for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. So these are the kinds of people that we really want to find to work in mental health. And, the people who it keeps happening to as well, because they've kind of learned so much because they've been through it more than anyone else. So if we can just they can find a way of just like a realization of just snapping out of it and getting better and making that complete turnaround. It happens a lot. Then all that kind of energy, the negative energy of the self-psychosis and self-damaging manifestations or whatever, just turning around into the positive. This is how I can help. I'm better now. We do this, and this. And what better way to write about that kind of thing? Also, feel free to, if you really want to write something, then just have a look at the existing titles, what they're about, and go to the contact us page on the website and have a look at the guidelines. So the guideline says, if you have had a mental illness, I want to give you a voice if I can, but you need to be focused enough so that you can articulate what you're saying. You need to send me the whole book in one file, include some kind of promotional plan. Also, include a 100-word mental health biography, i.e. what is your condition, or how do you view your condition, and if you see it as a social construct, or if you accept it 100%, that's fine. Just describe what it is, because this is a company that publishes people with mental illness, right? So we do the odd care, the odd person with disability, the odd self-help book if it really can contribute to the mental health debate, or it can really help people's mental health. So really have a think about what you can do, and if you've written something already, just send it over. Even if you've got an idea, just send it over. We don't offer contracts until the book is completed, but I can see it before and advise if I think I would support it or not. And have a think as well about who's affected by when you've written a book. Is there anyone who's going to object to it? Well, is it better to amend it so you change their name so that then they don't become worried about it, and then you don't have to worry about them being worried about it. But things like that are done on a case-by-case basis, and it's always the author who's ultimately responsible. So, like it is with The Can of Madness when I wrote that, everyone's name is real in that book. Everything happened. So, but really think about what you can do as a person in just make a small contribution to helping other people who've experienced mental health that you've had, and just write. And if you want to write 5 books a year, that's fine, and I'll try and help you. I'll try and get it published, okay? And if you've written 15 already, just send them in one at a time. You don't have to send all 15 in, and see how it goes, you know? So, because what I see really is the more and more books that we get out there, the more content we have, the quicker the company grows, the more people we can help. And we're always trying to raise our standards, so improve the quality of the publishing. That's why our volunteer editors, they must have had or expect to have a 2-1 degree in an art subject. So and ultimately, of course, it's the author who's responsible for what they write as well. So while the volunteer does it as much as they can, we ask the author to read through the text as well. Yeah, so it's about taking responsibility, and it's a great feeling having your book for the first time in your hand, and seeing your book in on Amazon and things like that, and on a website as part of the mental health publishing community. It really is a great feeling. And then the first time you do like a media interview, all you got to do is contact your local paper and say, "Hi, I'm a local author. I've had a book published." They're not going to read the book or even review the book, but they'll give you a double-page spread. They'll come around and take photos around your house, and all that is before the book launch, because they want an exclusive. They want the first story on it. So, it's really, really exciting. I'm really excited to speak to you guys today, and thank you very much for listening. And I just want you to look after your mental health. And can you do me a favour? Can you just try this out as an exercise, okay? So sometime over the next 7 days, just try helping a stranger for an hour. If an hour is too much, just try for 10 minutes. Someone you don't know. Even if it's just speak to a homeless person for 10 minutes. Just show some empathy with something like that, and tell me how you feel. And if you've done that, then I'd like to hear about that. Put a comment on the video. You can just contact me. Okay, take care. Love you lots, everyone. And it's just been fantastic talking to you today. And I'm off to use the internet now and to get back to work. Okay, take care.